everybody, I'm here to do another retro trailer reaction. This time I'm doing a reaction to The Lord of the Rings from 1978. This is the animated film. I think they originally wanted to make it a trilogy as well. They wanted to, because I think it doesn't show the whole of the story. There definitely was more to come, but it never got any, no one others got made afterwards. And this was another film that we used to watch all the time as kids. We filmed it off the television, and we used to watch it like at lunchtime from school, and come home from school to watch it again. And we used to quote like bits to each other all the time. Like anyone does anything stupid, even to this day in my head, I think "Fall of a Took." I always want to say that whenever someone does something silly, and that comes from this film. But there probably might be some other bits that I'll think about as we go along. But I remember one thing that always strikes me with this film is Boromir. Every time I'm watching it again and Boromir's about to get killed, I'm like, no, don't die this time. But he always does. But it's like quite a powerful, sad scene when he gets killed. And it's kind of like a weird animation because I don't know, it was some sort of, I don't know, it was an experimental technique at the time, but it's like animation put over live action. So I think there was live action scenes, and they kind of animatized the actors, because there's a couple of actors in here that you're like, oh, that's so and so. There's one bit. There's a famous comedian, UK comedian. Mel Smith, I'm sure he does a part, like a little small part in this, but you can hear his voice, and the animation looks like him as well. But anyway, you'll get an idea probably of what I've seen when I start playing it. But if you haven't seen this, it's well worth checking out. But let's go. It's a shame someone didn't come along and finish it off actually in the same style. I'm surprised no one's thought to do that. I wonder if there's some kind of rights problem with it. But I'm guessing that Lord of the Rings actual books, are they in the public domain now? Is it available for anybody to use them? I'm not sure how it works with all that public domain stuff. No, it probably wouldn't be, because they're not that old, are they? They're not that old. When are they? When did they come out? 30s? 40s? I'm not too sure. But anyway, let's play this, The Lord of the Rings. It's quiet. Is that McKellen? Let's start that again. What's it, McKellen? What's his first name? The guy who ends up playing Gandalf in the actual movies when they come later on. I swear that's what's his name? I keep thinking it's Tom McKellen, but it's not, is it? McKellen. Oh, sure it sounds like him. The guy who ends up playing Gandalf in the actual live action movies that come later. Oh wow. If it is, I'm quite surprised. Let's listen anyway.
In the lands of Middle-earth, legend tells of the Dark Lord Sauron, and the ring that would give him the power to enslave the world. Lost for centuries, it has been sought by many, and has now found its way into the hands of the most unlikely person imaginable. Sauron needs only this ring to cover all the lands in darkness.
Okay, I'm not sure this is an original trailer, or whether someone's put like a later voice over it. But yeah, or it's possible that is, because I'm looking at it from YouTube, so I'm thinking maybe they might have taken a voice from later on and re-put it over this cartoon. It's a possibility. So far, you haven't really seen the bit where I was talking about where it seemed like animation over real life footage, because the main characters, they look like they're just animation only. But there are certain scenes along the way where it looks like animation has been placed over like live action. I think when you saw the horse riders there, that looked like to me it was put over some riders going along, and I don't know if it had been or not. I'm not quite sure what the process of this film was, but that was always what I kind of imagined as a kid, and I'm sure I must have read it somewhere at some point about this being like animation on top of live action. Not in the same way as like the action capture. Maybe it is. They do the action capture now, where, like for example, in the latest Lord of the Rings, with the guy who plays Gollum, he does the body movements, and they kind of they capture that, so they can then place it over the animation they've made of the Gollum kind of thing. I wonder if it was like an early form of that. I can't remember what the blinking thing is called now. Movement capture, something like that. Now let's carry on.
What must I do?
The ring must be destroyed.
The ring must be cast back into the fires of Mount Doom.
There is evil there that does not sleep. Sauron's forces are already moving. They will find the ring.
Now it sounds like Christopher Lee. I'm sure that, yeah, I got a feeling the voice has been put from the films, the later films, over this trailer. I swear those aren't the voices from the original trailer. This is the thing. I wanted to make an initial reaction, so I didn't check it out first to make sure it was definitely right. I'm gonna have to do some more research on this, but I'm gonna keep this video going anyway because I've started now. I swear the voices aren't the proper voices from the original cartoon though. I swear they've taken the voices from the later films and stuck it over these people. It's not like an official channel this is on. But yeah, never mind. We'll carry on.
The ring and kill the one who carries it.
No! Come on, Frodo! I cannot do this alone.
You have my sword.
And you have my bow.
And my axe.
This task was appointed to you, and if you do not find a way, no one will.
The enemy has
I wonder how close the actual dialogue from this was with the later movie that they made. I mean, I guess there must be whole sections where the dialogue is exactly the same, almost exactly the same, because it's obviously taken from the same source, isn't it? So I think those parts, the voices are actually there, but they've just added the new voices over the old trailer. It's a shame because I wanted to see what it was like originally. Nope, this is Frozen. Oh.
birds, beasts.
Something draws near. I can feel it.
Get off the road! Hey!
Always remember, Frodo, the ring is trying to get back to its master. It wants to be found. Let us hope that our presence may go unnoticed.
Fall of a Took.
They are coming.
See, I was trying to find examples where it looks like animation has been put over actual live action. There was a goat bloke there, I think it was Strider or Aragorn, I think he's called, and I swear you look at him and it looks like animation has been placed over live motion capture. Anyway, and the horses as well.
Wish the ring had never come to me.
Back, you devil!
Wish none of this had happened. You will find your courage.
If you want it, come and claim him.
The Balrog. There you go. Yeah, that was suitably exciting, wasn't it, for a cartoon? That was, yeah. It didn't pull any punches, really, that cartoon. Obviously, there was not so much blood and gore, but there was lots of excitement in there. No wonder we loved it as a kid, because even watching it now, I mean, obviously, I was a big fan of the Lord of the Rings movies as well. Some of those were really... Yeah, I went to see most of those at the cinema actually, because I remember this watching this cartoon as a kid made me want to go and see the live action versions. I'm kind of ashamed that I'm pretty sure that was the new voices being put over the old trailer, which is a shame because I'd rather have heard it with the original voices. It would have piqued my nostalgia more because I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember that person's voice. Yeah, yeah. Well, as soon as I heard McClellan, whatever his name is. As soon as I heard his voice, I thought, I don't remember that being. Surely that's a bit strange, a bit of a coincidence that he happens to be talking in the cartoon version, and then later on he becomes the live action version. But then I just realised after a while, I was like, nah, this is just new voices put over the old bloody well trailer. Yeah, it's the kind of thing people do on YouTube, isn't it? They make their own homages, or they mix and match stuff and make mashups, and all kinds of crazy stuff goes on YouTube. But never mind. I maybe should try to find a official channel, like who, I don't know who even made the movie back in the day. To be honest, I wonder why they stopped as well. Did they? Was it not a commercial success? Is that why they never went on to make part 2? Did the company who made it go under or something like that? I don't think I saw any sign of when it came up. I don't think I saw anything saying from so and so movies or anything like that. There was no like coming soon. Yeah, no idea. Yeah, interesting. But apparently it was in 1978 anyway. So Anyway, I don't think that was a TV trailer, but anyway, it was good. That was another film that I might have to go back and watch again someday. And if you haven't watched it yourself, it is available. Looking at this, you can watch it on YouTube Movies. So I guess you have to pay for it. 2 hours and 13 minutes it blinking came in at. Bloody hell, that was a long old movie. But anyway, that's it from me. If you want to leave your reaction to my reaction, check out the comments below. And give us a thumbs up and a sub if you want to find out more from me, hear more from me in the future. And anything you want me to react to, by all means, drop me a comment about it. And until next time, cheerio. And yeah, whatever old movies you watch, enjoy them.